So with that, let me introduce the chairman of the Committee on the Present Danger China, who I'm very pleased has managed to make his way here, despite the airlines, from the left coast. He is Brian Kennedy, the former president of the Claremont Institute, and now with American Strategy Group. Brian Kennedy, welcome.
Thank you. Let me thank Frank once again for his leadership and energy. There's no one more energetic in all of Washington, perhaps save Donald Trump, than Frank Gaffney. And Frank's leadership here is indispensable. I guess it was about 28 years ago now. I was at a conference that the Claremont Institute was running in California. We had an Asian Studies Center with one member of the Committee on the Present Danger who's not here, Steve Mosher. And it was all about everything that was going on in China at the time. And the embassy here in Washington called our offices in California and said that one of our speakers, whoever that person was not allowed to speak that day. And we said, well, this is the United States of America. Turns out we can do pretty much whatever we want to do because we're a free people. And if we invite someone to come speak, they're going to come speak. And they said, oh, no, they cannot. And of course, we went back and forth for a little bit, and it turned out it was America still. And what they thought didn't really matter that much. Well, we've gone through 40 years now, of the PRC becoming a superpower. And that superpower is formidable. It is something we have to take seriously. And even though the title is the Committee on the Present Danger, and it makes us sound somewhat pessimistic, I'm optimistic that if the American people knew all the facts that we've been laying out and are going to lay out for you both today and in the future, we can turn around the danger posed by the PRC. That however dangerous they are, and they are extremely dangerous, they're not beyond our reach. And they're not beyond our ability to counter them both economically and militarily and politically. Because I said recently in an interview, the Chinese Communist Party is the most sophisticated political organization in the world. Their ability to control 1.4 billion people and to extend their reach throughout far parts of the world is extraordinary. They're not to be taken lightly. To be able to do that with both force and coercion, and to build a political and economic elite within your own country that is able to help govern those 1.4 billion people, is an amazing and unfortunate achievement. It's one that, when we're talking about all we're going to talk about and have been talking about, we're careful to distinguish the Chinese people from the Chinese Communist Party. Because the Chinese people are just people. They're hardworking, they're decent. You meet them, they seem a lot like us, hardworking, decent, willing to make sacrifices. But they're governed by the Chinese Communist Party, and they are utterly ruthless. And their ability to do things is unsurpassed because they're willing to kill, and they're willing to intimidate. And we Americans, when we see China today, don't understand that. We don't see just how serious and ruthless a people they are. As I've said before, I think President Trump understands that. He's demonstrated that time and again. President Trump's driving hard on both a tough trade deal, which I'm more confident about. He's rebuilding the American military. He's talking about the building of a national missile defense, the building of a space force. Secretary Shanahan said just the other day how important it was to have a space force. Well, who is that space force targeted at? Both Russia and China, to negate their strategic capabilities. So we're doing a lot of the right things. It will only accelerate and only be more effective if the American people understand that there is a threat behind that. We're not building missile defenses and space forces just for the hell of it. We're doing it because they're absolutely necessary to our national survival. So again, let me welcome you here today. Thank you for coming. Thank members of the committee who are here today for all their hard work, and invite you to both continue to come to these meetings and to visit us on the web at that website, Frank said, presentdangerchina.org. And let me thank you, and I look forward with you to our speakers here today. Thanks very much.